as I mentioned in the previous video about knowing yourself inside and out, I mentioned to you this next video would be about and be titled The Letter. All right. So right up front, I want to tell you I have a Facebook group based on this topic, and it is titled The Letter. So I encourage you to go in, and it's a private group, so you'll just have to ask to join. And it is about the topic I'm going to talk about today, the letter. All right. So the letter is what my husband and I wrote about in our first mini book, which is called God's Imprint. Okay. And in this book, we talk about the letter. But this is an exercise that we encourage anyone and everyone to do because it makes a profound difference in your life, but also in the life of others. So I asked in that last video, who and what has inspired you, motivated you, and encouraged you throughout your life? But now I want you to concentrate on the who. Who has it been in your life that has been your greatest encourager, your greatest motivator, your greatest inspiration? And I don't want it to be a family member. The reason why is because we all have a family. God blessed us with a family, but they know us so well. So it's someone outside a family. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's a boss. Any number of people that have come in and out of our lives. But it is that one person that I want you to concentrate on right now that has been the life changer for you. That person that God sent into your life at exactly the right time, the time when you needed that person for that purpose, for his plan to come into your life and to touch you in a powerful way. Maybe they came in as a teacher and you were struggling in school, but you had that one teacher that really took an interest in you and made a difference. Maybe it was a boss that led you and taught you something that you never thought of. Maybe it was a friend who was there in the dark times that encouraged you, that inspired you to do things. Okay? So I really want you to think about this person. And yes, there could be more than one, and that's okay, but let's just concentrate on one person right now. All right, so what the challenge is, what I want you to do is to write a letter to that person. I want you to sit down and I want you to write that letter to that person, thanking them for the imprint that they have made in your life. That's why we call this book God's Imprint, because we are put on this earth to make an imprint on others, because others have imprinted us. So think about how they imprinted this person imprinted your life, how they made you feel, what they did for you, because obviously that person is still coming to your mind today of what they did for you, what they did in your life at exactly the right time, the right moment. And I want you to write that letter to them, thanking them for what they did, but also reminding them what they did for you. And then I want you to mail that letter. Mail that letter to them so that they can hear from you and know that they were led by God and they did make a difference in your life. And then hopefully, but if not, it's okay, you might hear back from them. Now you say to me, what if I know they're dead? That's okay. Go ahead and write the letter for yourself because it's a release for you. It will make a difference for you because you're writing that letter to really see the thankfulness, and you're also thanking God for bringing that person into your life. Okay, so mail that letter. I want to share with you, we've heard some wonderful stories, and that's what I want you to do in the Facebook group. I want you to share with the group what it did for you in writing the letter, and then hopefully you'll hear from the person and how they felt and what happened. Because this is really one of those pay it forward kind of activities that I encourage you to do. It's, gosh, I'm writing this letter to this person, and maybe then they will be encouraged to write a letter to that person that imprinted their life. Because our lives are molded and shaped by all those that we encounter throughout our lives. So I encourage you to do so. All right, so this story is just a quick story about, actually it was a friend of ours who's really a master carpenter. And he decided he was going to write the letter to, I believe it was a middle school, maybe high school shop teacher who really gave him a love for woodworking. And like I said, he's just a master carpenter right now, and he really can almost do anything with wood. So he wrote this letter and he mailed it off, and he didn't hear anything. So he decided to contact the wife of the guy that he sent it to, because he had the number and she answered the phone. And so he talked to her and he said, you know, I wanted to know if so-and-so received my letter. And she said, well, I received your letter, yes, but the gentleman that he had sent it to had just passed away. But she said, what I want you to know is that I read your letter at the memorial service of over 800 people, and there wasn't a dry eye in the room. Because your letter told them the great imprint that he had made on your life, but also made them all reflect on the imprint he had made on their lives. So as you can see, by that simple exercise of writing that letter and being obedient to write that letter, mail it off, it was able to imprint all those people at the memorial service. So that's what I encourage you to do this day. Pick that person, write that letter, maybe several letters, whatever the Lord tells you to do, and to mail them off so that that person can receive that letter. And then go into the Facebook group and tell us who you wrote it to, why you wrote it, whatever you want to share with the group, because there too is an encouragement. That's an inspiration. That's something that will get other people to do that, because we really do want to pay it forward. God doesn't send people into our lives for a purpose. There's always a purpose, and his plan is greater than ours. But we also have to remember to think of those people and to remember them, because think about when somebody tells you that you have made a difference in their lives. Has it touched you profoundly and you want to do it more and more? Sure. So I encourage you to do that. Share in the Facebook group and know that this will make a profound difference in your life, but also in the life of those that God has sent to imprint you. So thank you for joining me. I ask you to join me on the next video about the one routine that makes me myself, productive, successful, and happy, but also a routine that can do the same for you. So thank you. Be blessed. Until next time. Bye-bye.